Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope this video finds you all well. I'm sorry this WIP update is a little bit late, but as some of you know, I had quite a bad headache for a couple of days, and that put me behind with my video and behind with my stitching. Sort of affected everything, as you can imagine. Headaches and stitching don't mix too well. So anyway, today I have to show you some of my WIPs for March and a new start, which is now finished, and a small haul. So I'll leave the haul to the end and we'll start with the WIPs. So WIP number 1 is my Miriabilia Mermaid of Atlantis. Now I'm not sure if you guys still want to see the finished design and then what I showed last time on all my videos. So maybe you can comment below whether you still want me to do that. I don't know if it's hassle. I try and make it short so it doesn't impact too much on it, but anyway, I'll include a picture here of the finished design and where I was last time. And this is where I am now. Okay, so I only worked 6 days on her this week, but this week was the beginning of the metallics. So I actually started on my fish at the top, and then I started doing the metallics, and I started that from the fish. So as you can see there, I had lots of little isolated stitches, which led to my video that I put on earlier about how to do pin stitch, because as I mentioned in that video, I didn't want to see all the trailing threads behind my work, and I thought there has to be something else I can do. So I did a bit of research and I found that, and I'll show you the back in case you haven't seen that video. There's the back there. They look like little flies, all very well secured. So if you haven't seen that video and you're interested in learning that, please check it out. I found it very, very helpful. So as I said, I did the metallics on the fish, and then I started down working on her. It's called the Treasure. So this is this thing that she's holding. Started doing that, and then on this heavily stitched metallic area here, which is the shield, and then over into this side, I'm not sure what this is called, but started working on that metallic, and as you can probably notice, there's a lack of gold there where I ran out. So I'm waiting for some more to come from 123 Stitch. So once that arrives, that should be here before my next rotation, I'll finish the gold off there, and then my plan is to do the border next, and then I'll be on to the beading. So excited about that. I cannot wait to start beading her. So the end is in sight. Not too much longer to go. She is so sparkly. It's wonderful, and really doesn't show up on camera. It definitely doesn't show up on Instagram. Hopefully you can see some of the sparkle there. But I love her. She's my favourite WIP. At the moment, my favourite WIP this year. Very happy with that. Okay, so next is my Save the Stitches Blackwork journey. I only got to work on this for 4 days. 4 days this week, because of a sale that started, and just a very busy week for me. Again, I'll include a picture here of where I was last time. And this is where I am now. I'm going to hold a towel behind it so that you don't get all the light shining through. Because this frame's so big, I can't see if you can see that, so hopefully you can see all that. So the towel doesn't want to stay there. I started on block 6 this week, so make sure block 6 is over here, and then I completed block 7. So that's not too bad for 4 days work. I'm pretty happy with that. Would have liked to have started block 8, but you know, as I said, life gets in the way sometimes and we can't always do what we plan to do, but we can do our best. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. This is another one that the metallics just really don't show up in photographs. It's really very sparkly. This is, I'm really sorry if you can hear that. That is my dog snoring. Charlie! It's better. Yeah, so obviously the white metallics you can see a lot better than the silver and the teal. Several times I've actually considered taking out the silver and the teal and replacing them with all white metallics. I don't know. I think I need to do some more before I decide. But it's very pretty. Probably enjoyed block 6 and 7 the most so far. I found those particular little patterns really easy. Yeah, so that's it for that one. Okay, now my other WIP that I'm currently doing is my Refl-egg-tions, my Easter piece. So I've been working on this a little bit each day, when I can, not every day, just now and again. So this is where I'm up to now. Last time you saw this, I had, which egg? This egg done, and 1 or 2 of these little designs. So it's quite a bit more now. Really love this. This is a great stitch when I don't want to think too much. I don't have to worry about colour changes, whether I'm stitching with the right colour. It's just a matter of pull out that purple and follow the chart. So there will be another 3 eggs going down here, and then below that these 3 will reappear again. So the whole thing will be a triangle shape. And really like that. I showed it to the kids the other day and they said, yep, we're still happy that we chose, oops, we're still happy that we chose purple, Mum. So, okay, that's good. So that one should hopefully be finished by Easter. Now, on 13th of March, there was a stitch along with Cross Stitch It's Fun Facebook group for St. Patrick's Day, and I have an Irish background, so I knew I had to take part in that stitch along, and I chose a piece called May the Luck by Love Thy Thread, and this is the piece here. I finished this on the 16th of March, and it's on 18 count antique white Aida. It's 152 stitches wide by 113 stitches high. I actually misjudged the size of this piece. I didn't really measure it out, and I just looked at it and thought, oh yeah, that's a little piece, I can stitch that in a day. Actually took me a little bit longer than that, but I'm happy with it. I really like the size of it, and I went and bought some material, and I chose this one because I think it looks like quite a nice Irish green, and I'm going to probably turn this one into a cushion or a pillow. So look forward to doing that. I hope to do that this weekend if I get time. We'll see how we go. Okay, so that's it for the WIPs, and now onto the haul. I've got my fabric from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, my Fabric of the Month Club, and for February it was Amour, and it's a beautiful pink, and that looks a little bit purple there. It's actually more pink. Let's see if I can put something white next to it. You can see it a little bit better. That's a bit better. That looks more true to life. So it's dusty light and dark pinks. Absolutely love this colour. This is a 32 count Belfast linen. Not sure what I'm going to stitch on this one yet. I think I will be putting my Fabric of the Month pieces away for future Miriabilia designs. They seem to look so lovely stitched up on the hand-dyed fabrics, so they will certainly be saved for special pieces. Then I made some purchases from eBay, and this lady was selling some Little House Needleworks designs, and the first one is called Two White Houses. Is it there? Thought that was so cute, loved that. And this one is called Two Roosters. And next one is called Rose Hill Plantation. I really love that. I love roses. I have roses in my bedroom as my theme. So that's where that one will go. And I also got a set of 3 the Prairie Schooler designs, and these are my first Prairie Schooler designs in my stash. And they were a set of 3 that she was selling, and I actually really only wanted the one, but they were such a good price that I couldn't turn them down. So the first one is called Summer Breeze, and it's a summer sampler. Really cute. Love the real country look in these designs. They all look very easy to stitch. Don't believe there's any half stitches or fractional stitches. No, they all look like full cross stitches to me, so I'm sure they'll be very quick to stitch up. Next one is called Signs of Spring. There's 9 different designs there. They're so cute, especially like the little bunny in the middle. It'd be nice to do for Easter if I wasn't already doing one. If I finish the Easter one I'm doing and I've got time, I might even stitch him up. These are only very small designs. And this is the one that I actually purchased it for. As you know, I mentioned in a previous video that I wanted to do seasonal stitches. So this one has summer, autumn, winter and spring. And it's good that I don't have to reword it, because I notice in some of the charts for autumn it says fall, and of course in Australia we say autumn, we don't say fall. So I would need to re-stitch that, rechart it. So I'm starting to get a bit of a collection of these seasonal stitches together, so looking forward to starting on those. And I think it's always nice when you purchase something from eBay and they put a nice little card in there as well. So I especially love butterflies, so that was a great choice from that seller. Okay, another purchase I got from eBay. This one again with my seasonal stitches. I've never actually seen this one before, and there's a particular reason that I really needed to have this. It's called As Seasons Go By, and it's by Homespun Elegance. So as I said before about autumn with fall, this one has the fall, but there's plenty of room there that I can change that to autumn. I love houses, so it really intrigued me, the houses, and each one has a tree. But the reason why I had to have this one is in summer, and I don't know how clearly you can see it, there's a little girl there sitting on a swing. And for those of you that watch my previous videos know that my husband and I own a business where we make tire swings and also strap swings, so the old-fashioned tree swings. And as soon as I saw that, I have to do that. I have to stitch that one. So that was the reason behind it. But I love all the other ones. I love how autumn has the quilt. I love quilts. Always wanted to do quilting. Not sure that I will ever get around to it, but so yes, that's a really cute chart, that one. Another thing I purchased this was 4 weeks ago and it's just arrived, is I purchased a design from China. As I had seen a few of you purchase some, and I was intrigued, and my daughter saw quite a few designs on there that she loved, and obviously I want to keep her stitching. She actually hasn't stitched in a while, so I decided that I would get something that she really loved and try and get her back into it. Now, one thing I noticed, this one was purchased from eBay, and there's other places you can purchase them from. So this particular seller on eBay, I noticed, had quite a few copyrighted designs, and by that I mean the designs they were selling are dimensions kits that I have seen and are widely distributed. So I didn't want to break any laws and do the wrong thing and purchase something that, you know, wasn't theirs to sell. So I let my daughter pick something out, and I'm going to say a disclaimer right here. I really hope this one isn't a copyright design. I've never seen it personally. Obviously that doesn't mean that it isn't already out there, but I have not purchased this intending to get something cheaper, because that's just not how I work. So my daughter loves wolves and dogs and things like that, and when she saw this design she loved it so much. And as I said, I haven't seen this before. Now I can only show you, the only picture that it came with is the actual chart, so I'm going to hold it back a bit so you can see. Right, so 2 wolves' heads, and there's the bottom of the wolf's mouth. So for those of you that haven't seen the other videos, oops, just show you how this piece came. I think this cost me $6 Australian, including delivery. Comes with the fabric, the chart, the cottons, the needle, everything. Okay, so here's the fabric. As you can see, it's not a big piece. This is a nice small piece, good for my daughter to do. But it does look a little bit complicated, I must say. When I looked at it, I almost got a headache looking at these symbols. I'm assuming they will vary between sellers, but I'll get closer on this one. If you can see, the solid colours are fine, but it's the ones with the arrows going left and the arrows going right, and the ones going up and the ones going down. There's a lot going on there. So, and at the bottom of the chart is a colour key, 23 colours. You can see there. And then on the top left, there's even more. So when I looked at this and I thought, oh, I think my daughter actually might have a little bit of problem following that with all those different shapes, I said to her, it's probably best that she stitches this. Obviously the solid colours are the easiest to follow, so she should do all that first, and then when it comes to those smaller symbols, then go by the chart. And that's actually a good introduction on how to follow a chart that's a little bit harder than what she's used to at the moment. Anyway, the cottons came onto these cards, and they're lovely. I mean, obviously they're not DMC, they have a different feel to them, but they do feel nice. So there's 2 cards there. What surprised me, if you can notice that, they're all pink. Last time I checked, wolves weren't pink. But I'm assuming once it's all stitched up that it will all make sense. There's really nothing here that you would call a distinct brown. It all has a shade of pink to it. This colour, these 2 colours here would probably be the closest to brown. But even then, they're shades of purple to me. So we'll see what it looks like. She likes purple anyway, so even if it all turns out looking purple, I'm sure it'll look nice and she'll enjoy stitching it, and it will give her a little bit more experience and she'll be stitching something that she loves. So that's it for this haul. I've actually got another haul coming. I placed an order from 123 Stitch and very, very excited, and I will do another video on that when that arrives. I'm not going to say anything right now. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you once again for everyone that likes, comments and subscribes. I love doing all these videos and sharing everything with you and watching all your videos back. Just absolutely love this community. Can never say enough of that. It's so much fun. So I hope you all have a great stitching week, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.